Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander. Oh, it's not, it's Moorlander Tactical. Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander Tactical. Now, I am a huge fan of the Action Army AAP-01. I've had this now for about 2 years and I've done a lot of skirmishing with it. Now, its nickname, or I know, well, actually, do AAP? I think AAP actually refer to it as the assassin pistol. But there was just something about it that I wanted to change. So what we'll look at today is not particularly expensive and also incredibly easy to do. You don't need any difficult tools, or at least I'll show you a tool that you can purchase from Amazon. Really not expensive at all, obviously affiliate links. But I think it really does pimp up the AAP-01 to the assassin pistol that it needs to be. Now, for the YouTube gods out there watching, this is an Airsoft replica. This is not a real pew-pew. This is a toy. But for now, let's take a closer look at how you can really pimp this up. So the people out there, yes, we are definitely nothing in there. Haven't got a magazine. No, we are not loaded. Before we do this, just so that you can see, it still fits, or at least here is a standard kind of retention holster. Fits in there perfectly. I'm not going to touch this. I'm going to leave that there and you'll be able to see afterwards that it still fits in there perfectly. As far as tools are concerned, you don't really need much. This is a small bit driver that I got from Hoto Designs. And what you need is a T6 and a T8 bit. Now luckily with this one, the T6 and the T8 are at different ends, so I can pop that back in there. We need the T8 first, which is the larger of the two, so we can put that on the outside. Tools, very simple, that's all you need. You don't need to be a tech gun whiz to be able to do this. It is very simple, in fact. Now, to do this, this is from, I picked this up from, where did I pick this up from? I actually picked this up from Skirm Shop UK. And this is a barrel adapter. It's called the TTI CNC silencer adapter, and it comes with a 14mm counterclockwise thread. You pick these up, they're around about £20. I think it's like £20 and 95 pence. So this will be compatible with a 14mm thread silencer, suppressor. The one that I use, this is one that I picked up from Maple Leaf. This is they do a few different lengths on of these. This is the 175mm one. The bit that I like about this is on the end that will not unscrew. This comes with a 14mm counterclockwise thread, and then on the end here, so this is the end that will unscrew. At the moment it has a 16mm counterclockwise thread, but it also comes with a 14mm clockwise thread, so I can thread it onto here if I want to, or if I'm running my Mark 23, I can put it on there and just screw it on the opposite way. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the outer barrel first. So what you need to be able to do is to take the top receiver off. So you push in the button at the back, give it a bit of a rock up. So this is built on a Glock lower. It takes the Tokyo Marui magazines, and then we have these screws to undo here. So now, I will say they do come out reasonably easy, or at least not too difficult the first time. There is some blue Loctite. I'm just going to put that there in my hat. There is some blue Loctite on them. When you put them back in, obviously they're a little bit easier because the Loctite has become unthreaded, but it's not difficult at all. So they're the first two that you're going to take out. And then putting this back together is pretty much the opposite process. So this will then be able to slide out from here. So here is your hop-up unit, and then your the internal barrel is through there. So now we're going to switch from the T8 over to the T6, and then there are two more screws here on either side which holds the outer barrel onto the hop-up unit. So again, just undoing these, put those into there. Now when I say this is easy, this is possibly one of the easiest mods that you can do to any pistol. So when you pull it out, make sure you hold on to the hop-up unit and it should just slide out, and there is the empty inner barrel. Outer barrel, sorry. So I'm just going to put that to one side, and then you just take this. So this, what this will do is, if you look here where you have this, where you have your 2 screws here, and then you have this lip that it goes onto, it's exactly the same here in the fact that there are your screws, and you know, it just goes back on there again. So holding, now what I will say is when you push this through, there is just a little bit on here. So when you push this through here, there's a little bit of resistance. Don't hold on to the hop-up unit when you push this in, because you don't want to kind of damage anything in there. But if you hold on to the barrel itself and just give it a bit of a push, you don't have to apply a lot of pressure to be able to get it through there. Then you'll see that it just goes through perfectly. So put this through. Line up this one here at the top, but for now it really is just lining that up, because mainly it's these 2 side screws that you need to put back in, so it then holds the barrel adapter. Just line that back up again. There they are. They are perfectly coloured to be hidden on my schmog here. So again, just screwing these back in, just make sure that you're not crossing any threads, and then hand tight. It doesn't need to be ridiculously tight. If you wanted to, if this was something that you're going to be keeping in there for a long time, maybe you might want to put some Loctite or something on there, but I've not found I've had any issues. Again, just make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight. You don't want to strip those threads. Turn that round again, so we're now on the T8. That can go off to the side, and then so we're going to push this back in. Now if you're unsure of how to put this back in, these are the 2 screws that need to go into these 2 screws here, so we can just carefully put the hop-up unit back in. Just make sure it is lined. Actually, I think when you put it in there is a guide in. Yes, there's a guide here that stops it, so you can see it still works perfectly. And then we're going to put those 2 screws in on the top. Again, just making sure that you've not messed any threads. Make sure it's tight, hand tight. It doesn't need to be ridiculously tight. Nobody's going to be swinging off this. Or at least let's hope nobody's going to be swinging off it. There you go. Put the barrel back on, so you'll see that there is a cutout through there. Push it on, give it a bit of a tap. Now it does look a little kind of sci-fi at this moment in time. It does look like a bit of a prop from Star Wars, Star Trek. I know I got that the wrong way around, apologies if that's just offended anybody. The beauty of this is, so when you have this one, you have your fibre optic sight on the front. So the little adapter, the silencer adapter here also has a fibre optic sight, so you can still line up your shots perfectly over your suppressor, which then when we always do this the wrong way, screwed this on. So before, what we'd have ended up having is that there and then having this on the end. But now, as far as a really nice assassin looking pistol, again, super easy to do, but this is hands down my easiest and most favourite mod that you can do to the AAP-01. If you wanted a shorter suppressor, if you maybe had one that's maybe like a 130mm or whatever ones that you've got out there, then it'd be great. You could add to the length of it. Now, because the barrel only comes to here, at this point in time I have took the baffles out of this, mainly because I just got annoyed with them and I tried something else, that didn't work, and then I found that I'd lost my baffles. So I can't really give you an idea of how much it reduces the sound now, but I will say that when the baffles are in here, it does help to reduce the sound from coming from the muzzle. Mainly because with this, the barrel, the internal barrel stops about here, so you do have a good 100mm here that will help to reduce some of that sound. But bringing back in the holster, because looking down on here, this is a 30 30mm, 30mm, 32mm. Suppressor, it's not that much wider than the actual frame here, and it will fit in without any issues whatsoever. So from the stock look to the new look and feel of this pistol, I think being able to take the front outer barrel off here and then being able to move the mock suppressor back 10mm really does give it that assassin look and feel. Get complimented a lot on this whilst out, and it's just very, very easy to do. Plus, because the sights are already built into the adapter, they're just there for you automatically. If you wanted to check, if you were unsure, then you know you've still got quite a lot of distance. There's still probably another 4, maybe 5mm between the outer suppressor here and where the optics are on here. So you could probably fit a larger can on the end if you wanted to. Super simple, super easy, and not particularly expensive either. I think if you're worried about updating your pistol, this is a very simple one to do, and I think the results from it, yeah, it looks pretty sexy. I might even pick up a second one in black so that I can have an all black version of this. Again, you know, these pistols, they're about £80, £90, not particularly expensive at all. So there you go, super simple, super easy, not particularly expensive. Hope you enjoyed today's piece of content. Now, just as an afterthought, let's hear some of your kind of favourite mods. There was a point where the High Capper probably was the easiest and most modded pistol out there, but I think with Action Army bringing out the AAP-01, it's become pretty popular, and I think the modding community have picked this up a lot and ran with it. So let's hear in the comments below, what's your favourite mod for the AAP-01? Go. I don't know why I did that bit. And I will leave some links below where you can pick up the TTI adapter, the Maple Leaf suppressor. I'll leave some of my social media links here on Moorlander Tactical and my sister channel Moorlander EDC. But for now, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay tactical. He's concerned, it went down just like a ton of bricks. I didn't want to say a ton of bricks. I wanted to say it went down good. Why am I struggling today? Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, are you a fan of the Action Army AAP-01? Now, this pistol. This piss. Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and what are you doing? Want to, but for now, as always, stay safe, stay tactical, and stay shit. That we like the chicken. Chicken! Oh, there's something at my door. Where did it get to? I did it wrong, didn't I? Why am I doing this? That seemed weird. I've never done that before. It's just very smooth. It's nice. Now my daughter's looking at me through the window thinking, what the fuck is my dad doing? As well, I will leave some of my... Nope. This is Moorlander Tactical. Now, it's very easy to say. A few years back, very easy to say? Yeah, I massively messed that bit up. So what you do when you mess things up is you take some photos or something so that you can put it on there so you don't see the jump when you're splicing stuff together. There you go. Brain's broken, really is broken. I'm right-handed, but I closed my right eye. How stupid's that? I'm an idiot. Anyway, hope you're all having a good Friday. Yeah, see you soon. Love you lots. Bye.